Hello everyone. In today's lesson, we will learn about properties and patterns of a square number. As in my previous video, I explained how to find out the perfect square by the prime factorization method, and I discussed some of the properties. So today we will carry forward with more properties and patterns of square number. So in this, the first property is the square of an even number is always another even number. For example, if we have the square of 2, then we will get 4. So in this case, 2 and 4 both are even numbers. Let's take another example like 6 square, we will get 36. So in that case, 6 and 36 both are square number. Similarly, another property we have is square of an odd number is always odd number. For example, if we take square of 3, then we will get 9. So in that case, 3 and 9 both are odd number. Like 9 square, we will get 81. So 9 and 81 both are odd number. So square of even number will be even only and square of odd number will be odd only. The next property says the difference between a square of two consecutive number is equal to sum of number or twice the smaller number plus 1. So to understand this, the difference between square of consecutive number. So let's take 3 and 4, any two consecutive number. First I am taking with a small number, later we will take one big number also. So 3 and 4. So square of 4 and square of 3. So according to that, what is the difference between square of two consecutive number is equal to sum of number. So what are the number? 3 and 4. So their sum will come as 7. So here if we see 16 minus 9 equals to 7 only. Or they are saying twice the smaller number plus 1. So in 3 and 4, what is the smallest number? 3. Twice the smaller number. It means multiply by 2 and plus 1. Again, it will give us 7 only. Let's understand it with one more example, like if we have two numbers 92 and 91. So it means 92 square minus 91 square should be equal to sum of 92 and 91. So in that case, 92 square will come as 8464 minus and 91 square will come as 8281, and their difference equals to 183, and that is equal to 92 plus 91 will give us 183 only, or we can write it like twice of 91 plus 1, that will come as 182 plus 1 is equal to 183. So we can generalize it like the difference between two consecutive number, let the number be n plus 1 and n plus 1 square and n square is equal to the sum of number. So the sum of number will be n plus 1 and n. So we can generalize it like that. Or we can write it like 2n, n plus n will give us 2n plus 1. So if we have to find out the sum of the consecutive number, then we can use the formula 2n plus 1, and the whatever the number they have given, we can put the value of n. So according to the next property, we have the sum of first n odd number is n square. So it means, let's take, we have three odd numbers like 1 plus 3 plus 5, and their sum will come as 9. So here how many odd numbers we take? 3. So it means 3 square is equal to, will get 9 only. So it means the sum of first n odd numbers is equal to n square. And if we have 5 odd number like 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. So here if we add 1 plus 3 4 plus 5 9, 9 plus 7 16 plus 9 will come as 25. That is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 square. So if we have given like we have to find out the sum of n odd number, then we can use the formula n square. So according to the next property, we have the square of any odd number, but it should not be 1, can be expressed as sum of any two consecutive positive integer. For example, if we have 5 square, then 5 square is 25. Then it can be expressed as the sum of two consecutive positive integer 12 and 13. Next example, let's take 9 square. It will come as 81. So it can be expressed as a sum of 40 and 41. So it can be sum of any two consecutive number. Now the idea is like which consecutive number it can be. Here we have the small number, so we can easily figure out which two consecutive positive integer it can be. But if we have the big number, then it can be difficult for us to figure out the two consecutive integer. For that we can have the formula like if we have n square, then in that case two consecutive positive integer we can figure on by n square minus 1 plus divided by 2 plus n square plus 1 divided by 2. So let's take example for that. If we have 41, so now 41 square will come as 1681. Now we have to figure it out. How can we express 1681 as a sum of consecutive positive integer? Which two number can give the sum 1681? So in that case, what we will do? We will use that formula n square. It means 41 square minus 1 divided by 2 plus 41 square plus 1 divided by 2. 41 square is 1681, minus 1 will give us 1680 divided by 2 plus 1682 divided by 2. 1680 divided by 2 will give us 840 and it will give us 841. So these are the two consecutive integer whose sum will give us 1681. So according to the next property, we have if we have any two consecutive odd number and to the product of these consecutive odd number, if we add 1, then the result will be equal to the square of even number between them. So let's take the example like if we have two consecutive odd number 3 and 5. So what it says, if what we are doing, we are multiplying it and we are adding 1 to the product. So what we will get? We should get 16 because the only even number between them is 4 and the square of 4 will be 16. So in that case 5 times 3 is 15 plus 1 will give us 16 only. So it means that is true, means the product of two consecutive odd number is giving the square of the even number between them. For example, if we have 51 and 53, we are multiplying them and adding 1 to the result. So it should give us 52 square because 52 is the only even number between them. So 51 times 53 we will get 2703 plus 1, that is equal to 2704, and if we get the square of 52 we will get 2704. So this is a property that says the product, if we add 1 to the product of any two consecutive odd number, then it will be equal to the square of even number between them. And the next property is just opposite to that, means if we add 1 to the product of two consecutive even number, then the result will be the square of odd number between them. For example, we have two even number 2 and 4. We are multiplying it and we are adding 1 to it. The result should be 3 square. That is the only odd number between them. So if we get 2 times 4 will be 8. 8 plus 1 and 3 square will give us 9. 8 plus 1, 9. And if we take another example like 22 and 24, if we get like 22 times 24 plus 1, the result is 728 plus 1, that is 729. And if we take the square of 23, that will be 729 only. So, if we add 1 to the product of two consecutive even number, then the result will be square of odd number between them. And if we add 1 to the product of two consecutive odd number, then the product will be, then this will equal to the square of even number between them. Now, based on the properties that we learned till yet, I would like to take some examples so that we will have more understanding what properties we learned till now. So, the questions will be like, so we have given the certain numbers and we have to tell the square of which number would be an odd number. So, we learn one property today. The square of odd number will always be an odd number. So, in this, we will find out whatever the odd numbers. In that case, 731 is an odd number. 5559 is an odd number. And 3103 is an odd number. So it means the square of these numbers will always be an odd number. So by seeing only whether a number is odd or even, what will be its square, we can tell, because we know the property, the square of odd number is odd and the square of even number is even. If we have the question like we have to identify the square of which numbers will be even, so in that case 3, 4, 5, 6 and 4, 2, 008 will be the numbers whose square will be even. So in the next question we have to identify what will be the unit digit of the square of the number. So we have to identify what will be the unit digit of 52 square. So here this property we learned in the previous video. Here we have to identify the square of unit digit. So it means in that case unit digit of 52 square will be equal to the square of unit digit. So here we have to add unit digit. So it will be equal to 2 square, that will be 4. So it means if we get the square of 52 at unit place, we will surely will have 4. We have another example like 4583. We have to identify the unit digit of square of 4583. It means 4583 square. Only the unit digit we have to identify, that will be equal to square of unit digit. That will be 3 square, that will be 9. So if we take the square of 4583 at unit place, we will have 9. We can take another example like if we have 52696. So in that 52696 square will be the unit place, we will have 6 square, that will give us 36. So we will check the unit digit of that. So it means the at unit digit of this square we will have 6 only. So in this question we have to find out the sum of this series but without adding. So remember we learned one property today. The sum of first and natural odd number is equal to the square of number. So it means first of all we will count how many odd numbers here we will have. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it means its sum will be equal to 10. square. That will give us 100. And the next, we will count the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it means the sum will be equal to square of 11. That will give us 121. So next question we have we have to express 144 as a sum of odd number. So for that we should know 144 is a perfect square or not. And if it is a perfect square, so which number we have to identify that number that gives square as 144. So in that case we know 12 square will give us 144. So that we can express as the sum of 12 first odd number whose sum will give us 144. So it means 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21 and 23. It will give us 144. If we add this number, that sum will come as 144. So in today's lesson, I covered some of the properties and I took the sum question based on that properties that we learned today. In the next video, we will learn some more properties and patterns of the square number. If you have any doubt, you can reach out to me by writing on my comment section. And if you really like my videos, please like, share, subscribe my videos and my channel. Till then, thank you.